Hello. Can you hear me? Because when I started the stream, it gave me a warning, but then it seemed like the stream was still working. Oh, and my voice is coming off my phone. Hang on. So I guess it is working, because I just heard myself. But anyways, hi. Welcome. Sorry for not doing this last weekend, but fine. We're not always consistent here. I kind of don't have anything planned really. I guess we'll just draw stuff here. This for the first time in like 7 years I drew something before the stream started. Here's a very off color grr. Way too green. That's okay. What's piping? You know, I haven't heard anybody. That's like a new one, you know? That's a new one. I think maybe though, as a warm-up, we can do what we did a little bit of last week, or 2 weeks ago now. I can draw. I put a bunch of character names into a random generator, and then draw those characters. So now I need to set that up. But how's everybody doing? Did I ask that yet? I'm doing good. Just the main thing bothering me is that for the past like month, I was supposed to change rooms in the house and like get a new desk set up and all sorts of stuff that would make my life more convenient, and we still haven't, even though we've been talking about it since like June. That's driving me a little crazy, but I'm living. All right, let's go. Let's draw Jimmy Neutron, bro. That's what our list told us to draw. Now, do we draw like Jimmy Timmy Power Hour style? Because that's closer to how I draw it, rather than drawing like a weird 3D. Why not? Well, our first problem was that we ordered like new flooring for this room, and it never showed up. And so now we're gonna buy different flooring. The pizza is aggressive. I haven't heard that one in a very long time. That person still make like videos like that? I'm sure they do. I'm trying to see in my head what Jimmy looks like from Jimmy Timmy Power Hour, but I don't really know. I'm just gonna. Well, I know he has like this going on, right? A weird, really weird pointed head. Pointed nose. Do Fairly Parents characters have just like normal noses, right? I'm saying that like as if Jimmy Neutron is just a character from Fairly Odd Parents and not from his own show with his name in the title. Although, you know, nobody ever says Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius. Like everybody just says Jimmy Neutron. It's not correct. That's not the full title. Close Enough is finally here. You can't believe it. I mean, like looking back at the trailers and stuff, it was only like, wasn't it only like a 3-year pause? Like it was definitely crazy because there was such little news about it, but definitely kind of seems like it like didn't take that long. All right, let's start with that. Yeah, there we go. That makes sense. But I did watch all of Close Enough, but I felt like I watched it too fast, and I had to like keep getting up to do other things, so I was pretty distracted as we watched through all of it. So I want to watch it all again at a somewhat slower pace, so that I can actually absorb episodes better, and then probably do a video about it. I know I did a video about the first 2 episodes and said I would do one for the show, and I will once I watch it and absorb it properly. But I did love it. Basically, like, I mean, I sort of gave my thoughts about the whole show just in the one video I did about the first 2 episodes, but like it's so ridiculously similar to regular show, and that's fantastic. And it has a lot of like interesting morals and stuff. Like it's like a social satire cartoon where the writers actually know what they're talking about. It's not like, you know, like you would expect like a boomer show, I guess is what we would refer to this as. They're not like, oh, cell phones are bad, yada yada. It's like they're making like just real jokes like about social media and stuff that like anybody that can relate to at all. It's very funny, and it's a very, very nice change of pace to see a show like that where the writers know what they're talking about, and they're not explicitly trying too hard to be like mature. Like there's a lot of like the adult humor in there comes off very naturally and is very funny. My favorite episode is probably just the 3rd episode where they're at the bar and they have to pretend that they aren't 30. That's a significantly better introduction to the characters in the show than the first 2 episodes, I think. And just kind of overall, it was just like it was such like a perfect like piece of like what that show is like. Color of his shoes, make them gray, I guess. Give him brown hair. There we go. The swirl looks pretty okay. I didn't expect that to pretty okay. There we go. Jimmy Neutron, boy genius. I was just about to say, you know, you don't hear anybody really talking about Jimmy Neutron anymore, or at least like begging for reboots and stuff the way that people usually do. But there was that one artist on Twitter drew like her own fan-made like custom designs of like what a new version of the show could look like, and then like people ran rampant with that, and like it was amazing art. But then so many people took it and were like, yo, it's getting a reboot, and it's like, no, that was just her fan art. Please don't do that. I drew that. I'm just gonna basically I'm gonna let this list randomly generate stuff, but I'm only gonna pick one that I like. Look, I drew him before. Luna Loud, sure. She's the only one that I know the name of, right? She's the rock star one. And if I'm wrong, then I'm gonna be upset. And then the goth one is Lucy, and then there one of them is Lenny. And then that's it. That's all I know. Their Outhouse characters' eyes are pretty close together. They're pretty like they have like very big comic booky eyes though. What's this? Hold on, what's this? When you eat in the ice cream and the swirl on the top look like Jimmy Neutron. First of all, you spelled Neutron wrong. Haha, got you. Second of all, yeah, that's like there just was a point in time where there was a Jimmy Neutron like ice cream, like how they have the SpongeBob ice cream and the Sonic ice cream and stuff. That's the choke, dude. All right. Spelled choke wrong. I got no idea what her hair is like. Let's do this. I feel like she has like tails or braids or something. And then they have the CalArts head. This song stressed me out a little bit because it has vocals. And she definitely has freckles, but I will do those when I'm coloring, I guess. I think her hair's like not that tall, but is that? Then I like That's yeah, right, something like that. I don't know. And they have eyelashes like that. I don't know if they have necks in the Loud House. I only saw like a handful of Loud House episodes, and now it's like the most popular show on the on Nickelodeon, sort of. I haven't used my tablet in like a week, so I apologize if I'm like sloppier than usual. Sure, that's a good body, whatever. Shirt pattern. She doesn't have sleeves, right? She's just like boop boop. Give her a like band because she probably has one. A crummy arm. There we go. Good enough. And her legs can go off the page. There we go. That's close enough to me. You guys remember Slenderman? Yes. How can you forget him? Is he not relevant anymore? Does nobody ever talk about him anymore? I remember when the Slenderman like video game, like just like the original like just Slender game, was like a really big deal, and like every YouTuber on the face of the planet was playing that. And it's like the most basic game in the world. Like it's very, very interesting how that got so huge, even though it like wasn't really anything interesting. It was just a jump scare game, and that made it fun to watch YouTubers play it. And that's almost single-handedly why or partly why like so many popular YouTubers who exist today are around, right? I'm assuming Markiplier probably played that, or did Markiplier really get his start with Five Nights at Freddy's? I'm not caught up on the Markiplier lore. What should you draw, Crump? I mean, you already draw more of what you drew earlier. I can't spoil what it was, but Trump has art to show. Yes, I voted for the poll for the Danganronpa anime, but Burger kept telling me B&A. Well, thank you for voting in that poll. I don't know if my chat bot should eventually post a link to that, but right now my first ever video topic poll is live. So if you haven't checked that out, you can go check that out. Like watch the video I posted about it, and then linked in that video is the poll, or it's on my Twitter and stuff. It's everywhere. I'll keep posting it because I want to get as many votes on it as possible. But so far it's definitely gotten a good amount of votes, and I can't spoil what's winning, but should just be kept in mind that like if you're invested enough to check the votes, like check the results of that poll, they aren't 100% accurate because some of my Patreon supporters get extra votes as a Patreon incentive. So looking at the results from the poll website aren't 100% accurate. But I think last time I looked, I guess spoilers, last time I looked, BNA was winning. But it's basically tied. It's basically tied between BoJack Horseman, BNA, and Danganronpa right now, which I'm pretty surprised. I'm pretty surprised that Danganronpa ended up like being popular. What's on her shirt? Well, I'm gonna draw like a skull bunny thing. Oh, well, I probably shouldn't have drawn that same color. Oh, there we go. Ta-da. Oh wait, no, she needs her freckles. Kind of looks more like 5 o'clock shadow if I do too much of it, so let's just do like... There we go. Ta-da. Then I'm gonna get a picture of her because I want to know what she looks like. literally the only anime I've ever liked. That's not true. You like Nichijou. She does just have a skull on her shirt. That's good. But I just pretty messed up. I like her earring. She just has a paper clip in her ear. That's pretty good. There we go. This is her. This is what she actually looks like. Not bad, I guess. She has brown hair though. And no neck. At least no neck in this specific pose. Yeah, that's alright. That's alright. For somebody who hasn't watched Loud House since it came out, that's probably good. Let me take a sip of water real quick. Vote for the Funny Monkey movie. I want that to win. I want Dunstan Checks In to win the vote. There is I'm getting feedback on my microphone. Give me a second. But on HBO Max there is some I think it's just called Extreme Primate or like Extreme Chimp or something. It is a movie about a snowboarding monkey, and I'm like so curious to see what the heck that is. I'm probably going to watch that and make a video about it, even if nobody cares, because I really want to know what the heck that movie's about. But anyways, let's get our next thing. That before. Here, Peridot from Steven Universe. Sure, I'll do that random list. Also, this is my first time attempting to stream like just on YouTube. Usually I use a site that lets me stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time, but for the most part it kind of seemed like that didn't really do anything to help viewership or anything, and if anything it maybe just caused like more lag and stuff. So I think for now on, at least for a little while, I'm just going to try to see what streaming only on YouTube does. Does she like have her visor thing on even when not in her like armor? She needs that mouth. I drew her way too big. The opposite of how she is. Make her like a gremlin. Do a little bit of this. Thinking of Steven Universe made me remember how next week, actually, yeah, an art book for Invader Zim is coming out, and I pre-ordered it, and I'm very excited. And Rebecca Sugar wrote like an intro for it, because it's a show that inspired her a lot. I think I talked about that before, but I think it's a somewhat iconic thing that like Rebecca Sugar has some really old art that she posted online that's like herself drawn in the Invader Zim style. She was like stuff, so you know. And I always think of Peridot as like she is literally just like Zim, basically. I see Zim as a huge inspiration for her character. What is the I should learn what that does. I don't know why there's a paperclip like icon on these layers. I don't know what that means. Drawing her now is making me also remember, I mean, it was like forever ago, I guess. on my old YouTube channel, I animated like a really short thing. That's what it was. It was Invader Zim dialogue, but it was like I drew Steven Universe characters saying it because I wanted an excuse to try to do some lip syncing. And that like got a surprising amount of views and stuff when I made that, and I was like, oh, okay. And then some people were mean because my drawing wasn't good. No, not really. It's way too. Green's a hard color to get right. Oh yeah, she's more like that. Yeah. It's also just slightly hard too because I have night mode on my monitors right now, so like everything is slightly yellow tinted so that I do not go blind because I use the computer so much. No. Her pants are gonna be. I guess just pants will be a dark gray. Her belt will also be gray, and then this is yellow. All the characters in Steven Universe are just shapes. I mean, yeah, that's a good point. Steven Universe is definitely one of those things where like the characters have pretty strong silhouettes. Like yeah, you know, Cal art style, heads, yada yada yada, but like just the base character designs themselves are pretty iconic looking. That's something that's always important for a TV show. But yeah, this is a dark green. Darker than that. Yeah. And I got no idea what color that is, so we'll just can also gray, sure. Her tactical visor. That sure. And then her hair is yellow. Ta-da. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Bothering me that there's a little bit of white right here. There we go. Ta-da. She's way too big though. I'm drawing everything way too big. You zoom in more. Peridot's your favorite? She's probably my favorite too. Have you played Your Turn to Die? I have played Your Turn to Die, and I like it a lot, especially because it's one of those things where like you hear about it and everything, and you're like, oh, it's like another like Danganronpa style game, but like it really isn't. Especially knowing that it's made in RPG Maker, it's very cool how it has like mini games and stuff. It's definitely different enough from Danganronpa to be really enjoyable. And so yeah, I did play it. I have not done Chapter 3 yet though, because that's split into 2 parts, and I would rather just play both parts at the same time. But I finished Chapter 2 probably like 2 months ago. Like right when Chapter 3 came out, Chapter 3 Part 1 came out is when I was done with Chapter 2. Chowder? I drew Chowder before on a different stream, I think. Here, do we want Johnny Bravo? The list told me Johnny Bravo. Somebody just dropped something upstairs. I apologize if that made a noise. Here, let's draw Johnny Bravo real quick. I don't really remember exactly like how his. I'll look at this. Glasses. Johnny Bravo was a playable character in Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion, right? Big shoulders. Bulls. There we go. Kind of looks like Duke Nukem a little bit more than Johnny Bravo, but also, I mean, at the end of the day, they do both kind of look the same, huh? Same sort of design / joke with their personalities. I have a hard time getting skin colors. That's probably okay. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? I don't know if I put Scooby-Doo stuff on this list. I probably did, because I feel like I put the Flintstones. I can't put the Flintstones on the list and then not put Scooby-Doo. There we go. Oh, actually, let me do a little bit of this. Ready? Ching. Wait. Ching. 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 There we go. Shiny glasses. Ta-da. I don't think I've ever drawn Johnny Bravo before. That's like the first time I've ever drawn him. I kind of never even, like, I feel like reruns of Johnny Bravo were on pretty often when I was younger, but I don't really remember watching much of it. I just remember, like, my mom liking it a lot. Like, she would make reference to it a lot. Or at least, like, she'd see, like, sunglasses and be like, hey, it's like Johnny Bravo. It's like, yeah, it's like Johnny Bravo, I guess. I don't know. I didn't watch it. Love how Makoto was next to two furries on your thumbnail for the poll video. I think it is pretty funny how both BNA and BoJack were requested, and they're both animal-based comedy shows. I watched season 1 of BoJack Horseman like probably 2 years ago at this point. And I did enjoy it, but I was in the middle of school. So like after I finished the first season, I like never really felt like picking up the second one. And like pretty much everything on that list, everything on that poll, except Danganronpa anime that's on that poll, I've already watched it myself, but I would rewatch it for making a review if it wins. And Dunstan Checks In I also watched, because that's kind of like an inside joke with me and my friend basically, and that's why it's on the list. But so BoJack and BNA would be totally new viewing experiences for me. Oh, okay. Here's a good one. Maggie and the Ferocious Beast. Let's draw them, both of them in the same picture, because why not? This was a show that I have extremely, like, I only remember the theme song and the character designs, but I definitely watched this all the time when I was younger. It was on Nick Jr. or Noggin, like, all the time. Let's draw them. I watched clips of it, like, semi-recently, because, oh yeah, because I was trying to find like just some like cute sounding voice clips I could use to do some lip syncing test stuff for my original character Tia, that, you know, the animatic and stuff. I wanted to like do lip syncing with her, so I was like, I need like cute sounding dialogue. And I think like one of my friends was tweeting about Maggie and the Ferocious Beast, so I was like, you know what, that has like cute characters, right? Let me use that. And I mean, this was probably in like January though. And back on the note of like the poll and stuff, one of the first videos that I was gonna do for this channel back in like 2016, because that's when I first played it. I was gonna review Danganronpa, but I have like a fourth of a script for a Danganronpa review that I wrote in like 2016, but I figured, I don't know, that it would be too complicated or something, or I just wanted to stick with cartoons or something, so I didn't make that full video. But that's definitely something I would get back to eventually, because I love those games so much, and it surprisingly seems like a lot of people who watch everything I do are fans of it too, because I use the music in it a lot, and people like comment on videos all the time being like, yo, is that Danganronpa music? And I'm like, yeah, it is. I can't believe people knew that. Anyways, this is Maggie. fluffy hair. Ducks are very affectionate. That is, yes, that's the exact line I used for animation testing. It looks weird with eyelashes when the character is like as overalls, I think. And then sure. And no arms. Let's not give her any arms. I don't know, it is kind of this weirdly cute without her having arms. Like, do that. Those are arms, right? You can tell. And then we can draw the beast, who I don't really like exactly remember him. Gonna look a little creepy. I don't know if he had I think his eyes were just like just filled in. He's definitely creepy looking here though. Maybe he definitely think he shows his teeth a lot in the show. There we go. That's cuter. How am I doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Welcome. Welcome. And thank you everybody for joining. I hope everybody's doing good. All that stuff. You know about the cake meme? I like vaguely do. I just like noticed it showing up sometimes and I needed somebody to explain it to me. But, you know, now I do. Is it still going? I kind of like, I don't really think it's that funny. But I definitely should have capitalized on it, huh? I should have made like some sort of meme post about it. I don't know. It's like an all-right meme. I like all the ones of like saying like, oh, I checking if my friend isn't a cake, and it's like a footage of like somebody getting chopped in half in a video game. I like that. I think those ones are definitely has a tail too, but I don't know exactly what it's like. Horns. And he has spots as well. Blinding. There we go. Chicken pox. What are we saying in the chat? Yeah, I saw I saw the original video after I had already seen a million cake memes and was like, what is this? What is the cake? Then I watched those videos and it's like, you know, that's like so cool. That's like very, very impressive stuff. There's a lot of stuff like that too, in like a different sense on Tumblr. There's so many posts where it's like, it looks like it's a photograph of like somebody's desk or something, and then somebody replies and they're like, wait, this is a drawing. Then you look at it again and you zoom in, you can see like brush strokes and you're like, how is this a drawing? It looks like real life. Crazy that people can do that stuff. Yeah. I need to give him like little like rhino toes, elephant toes. He's a beast. He's got to have like a little bit of this going on. And then I weirdly feel like he should have Fang too, even though he doesn't. Color her in by stealing the skin tone from the other drawings. And I'll show a picture of them after this. We don't understand what it is I'm envisioning in my head. Or her hat is, I guess it's probably like. Okay, so there's a pen. There's like an actual like pen on my desk, and I keep picking it up, thinking it is my tablet's pen. I'm gonna put that over somewhere else so that I don't keep picking it up. There we go, something like that. Line here to that. She looks like a farmer, but I guess that is just kind of how she looks. I don't know what any of this music is from. I recognize like an Earthbound song earlier, but I'm sure probably the sound is a little Other than that, I haven't recognized. There we go. That's good enough. Let me get pictures of them and also read what we're saying here. Well, my honest opinion on Close Enough, it's not regular show, but it's regular show, right? Basically. Well, these look like a very, very modern image, but it's not, huh? Well, here they are. That is huge. See, like that's pretty good for not seeing these characters for like 4 months. I did see a cartoon. It was about a cat and an alien doing things. Garfield copy, but with an alien. Probably didn't get the joke. Close Enough is close enough to regular show. Okay. It's hard to make jokes in text. But I get you. Good one. Look at this drawing. There's a really weird drawing of Maggie and the Ferocious Beast when you search for him. Also, I know I started this stream at like 7:30 just because I had to like eat dinner and stuff, and we will probably be done streaming a little before 9 o'clock because I got something I gotta do. This is Castle Crashers music apparently playing right now. That doesn't sound familiar to me though, but I played the heck out of that game as a kid. A lot of these, there's like a lot of stuff on this list that I wrote up, and a lot of them are stuff that I think I've drawn before. Here we go, Professor Membrane from Invader Zim. We can do that. He's a Zim character that I very, very rarely ever draw. Sort of that anybody really ever draws. Like, I mean, I don't know, and because he plays such a big role in Enter the Florpus, which was a pretty surprising thing to me about that movie. He definitely got very popular because of his portrayal in that movie. Let me just do this. We'll cheat. remember exactly how. Like it's probably like Zim style, like off a little bit. I don't even think he has an ear though, but it looks a little weird not having an ear. This is like him when he was a kid in the Christmas episode flashback. I was very, very close to rewatching Enter the Forbus the other day, because I was watching I still haven't finished it, even though I've been watching it for a very long time now. But I'm still watching the She-Ra show on Netflix. And one day when I was done watching what I wanted to watch for the day, I was like, oh, maybe I should watch Zim again because I can. But then I didn't. But I will soon. And I've been thinking of I've been thinking of Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, which is the comic book that the creator of Zim made prior to making Zim. I was trying to read through that like probably a year ago now too, and then I like stopped in the middle of it because of school, because that's just what happens all the time. But now I can actually like get back and finish it, and I want to because I love that comic book despite its clearly extremely dark nature. I think the art in that comic, that's the only one of his comics that I own. I own like one individual issue of his Filler Bunny series. But aside from that, and then the Johnny Homicidal Maniac collection, I don't own Squee or his other comic, I Feel Sick, which I think you just can't. I don't think they ever made a collection of it. It might only be like 2 issues. It might like be unfinished even. And then we're gonna have the Zim art book soon enough. So I'll have to look at that. I will probably very, very likely do a video about that too. I was very much planning, even though spoilers. I was gonna do a video about some of the Zim comic books, and then see if people enjoy that video, and then I would continue to make some about the other comic books, because I own like most of those. And I've always wanted to talk about it here, and everybody seems to really like it when I talk about Zim. Like that Nickelodeon kart racer video I made, like, I don't know, maybe I was the only person to have made a video about that game, but that video was like really successful, and I was like, that's awesome. But why? Is it because Zim is in the title, or because people are excited about this game? I have to do the Zim shading on the corner of everything. Hair's definitely not too right. I've been very into like opaque glasses lately, or like characters with glasses or like goggles that you can't see through them, like like exactly like this, where like just the goggles are his eyes. I like that a lot. I took like a handful of pictures of some stuff that I drew on paper recently that I can show at some point today. Seriously, I just finished watching Close Enough, and it's surprisingly good. I've been waiting for that show for ages and wasn't even sure if it was a miniseries. That's something kind of important to talk about, is that next week, maybe late next week, or throughout next week, there's going to be an online Comic-Con thing, and Cartoon Network is going to have several live streams during that, and one of them is dedicated to Close Enough. So it seems very likely to me, with how much people have been talking about Close Enough, with how much HBO Max had been advertising close enough, and the fact that they're going to do a panel next week, like, there's probably going to be more episodes. And I was in no way even disappointed by how many episodes that there are. And I really like that it's all 11-minute episodes, like, probably because it was supposed to be on TV, but now it isn't. I think it's very, very likely that they'll announce more episodes of that soon. And I hope so. And I also hope that they're in production right now so that they don't come out 2 years from now. I like his wide design in Enter the Forbus. That's a good point. I like all the Enter the Forbus designs. Are really good. Everything about Enter the Forbus is really good, but I'm sure we all know that. Ice King again. This list has randomly generated Ice King 2 times. Here we go. Do we want Carl Weezer? This random list gave me Carl Weezer, and I know somebody said that before when I was drawing Jimmy, so may as well. He's quite the meme character recently. That's his nose. What does Carl look like in Jimmy Timmy Power Hour? I can't quite visualize him. I know what Sheen looks like. I can see Sheen and like. Was Bolby ever in the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour episodes? Did he ever cross over into the other art style? He was definitely a character that they like kind of turned into a main character at some point because they thought he was funny or something. Thinking of him automatically makes me think of that one special episode where they were like on a game show or whatever. I can only like remember that episode like visually. I don't really remember like what the actual plot of it was and like what actually like happened. I also remember thinking the alien dude in that episode was kind of creepy. Like some of the aliens on Jimmy Neutron are like pretty like ugly. In like a kind of an interesting like alien way, but also in like a, you know, kind of like made me like be like, ugh, as a kid. And now it's drawing Carl specifically is making me remember like the infamous like everybody always talks about episode where Carl's butt gets pregnant or whatever. I like straight up do not remember that episode at all, but I know everybody like that's the big thing that everybody always talks about. It's like, no, you remember this crazy Jimmy Neutron episode, and I'm like, no, I don't. You know, I've seen the was it Carl, the episode where they go inside of Carl and they like fight viruses and stuff? Like I've seen that episode probably a million times, but not the butt pregnancy one that everybody seems to be talking about. It's a very, very weird words coming out of my mouth. Where'd it go? Oh, what's this song from? This sounds familiar. It's Kirby. Of course it's Kirby. My favorite. Kirby was the like first game that I ever streamed, and I was attempting to do like a Kirby marathon, and you know, I'll probably get back to that eventually. I've definitely realized that we all like watching me do drawing stuff much better, and I kind of like doing it too, just because it's much easier to just sit back and talk when I'm doing this, and it's like good that I never really have to feel the pressure to ever draw anything that good. Like I kind of could just literally do what I would be doing on a piece of paper if I was bored, and then also talk to you guys about cartoons. It's the best. Sorry, I haven't looked at the chat. I'm just gonna color this. What are we saying in chat? Finding your own art style is like the scene with the scroll in Kung Fu Panda. You know what, Justin? I guess that's what I should refer to you as now because you changed your YouTube name somehow, however you do that. You're right. And that's very deep. Amen. I need to watch Kung Fu Panda movies again. I watched like all 3 of them like in a row, sort of like days apart from each other. I never watched them when they first came out. I watched them maybe like 3 or 4 years ago because I was like, aren't these movies really good? And then I watched them and I was like, you know what? These movies are like really good. I never watched like the TV like Kung Fu Panda is a thing that they really went off with and made a bunch of TV shows and like specials and stuff up for it. I remember, I probably talked about this already, but as a kid, me and my friend Mike / Coolio Captain, who I did streams with recently, we saw Monsters vs. Aliens together, and like it was the funniest movie we had ever seen in our entire lives. And if they made a TV show for that movie back when the movie came out, I would have been so obsessed with it. But they didn't. And then, like, it's a show for that movie came out. When did it? Let's look that up. Anyways, here's Carl. He has no ear. Hang on. He's an ear. But they made a Monsters vs. Aliens show like a while after the movie was out. Same with Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and that the Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs show like sunk. Monsters vs. Aliens show, TV series, 2013. Okay, and then but the movie is from like 2009, isn't it? Yeah, 2009. The movie came out in 2009. The TV show came out in 2013. That's weird. I don't know why they waited so long for it. I feel like I remember hearing that it was going to be made, and then it like never got made. And then like when I was like over watching Nickelodeon is when they decided to make it. Apparently, Nolan North does a voice in it. I was watching videos about Uncharted earlier today, so that comes full circle. Anyways, sorry for saying your name, Ben Blue Scout, but also I don't know why it was like that. Now let's merge these layers, put them over here. Carl Weezer. Now what else? What else do we want here? I would say maybe at like 8:40 all. So basically, you know, it definitely seems a little short, but I do gotta head off and do something soon. So we'll draw for maybe another 10 minutes or so, and then we can Nigel Thornberry, sure. Is he still a meme? Do we still think he's very funny? He was very funny in like 2011. Let's draw like the fastest Nigel Thornberry in the West. He has like a Peter Griffin chin, right? There we go. That's good enough. And just like a bit of that, a little bit of this off there. Like, does he have like binoculars or something? There we go. Nigel Thornberry. Wild Thornberry is definitely a show you don't hear people talk about. Probably because what's there to talk about? Well, actually, I don't know. There's like, was it uh-oh, I dropped a frame. Am I still live though? It looks like it. Wild Thornberrys had a movie, right? Doesn't the movie tell the origin story of like the kid, and it was like pretty depressing? I feel like that's something people have talked about. And we've like memed about Nigel. But that's you know, it's one of those shows that wasn't on too often when I was a kid. But when it was like I'd watch it because it's the only thing on TV. I don't know what like shirt is. Just my streaming software is giving me errors, scaring me a little, but seems like we're still okay. You know, I'll look that up right after this. If the Wild Thornberrys movie was that a theatrical thing, I know they had a crossover with the Rugrats, and was that a theatrical thing? Wild Thornberry movie? Wild Thornberry's movie, is it? Yeah, it was. Man, Nickelodeon really pumped out a lot of movies. I mean, Rugrats got 3 theatrical movies. If you count the Go Wild one. I almost feel like I saw Rugrats Go Wild in theaters. But that was 2003, so I was like 4 years old. So like, there's no way I actually can remember any of that. But we watched, it was quite some time ago now. As a kid, we watched Rugrats in Paris all the time. And the other day we like dug through our VHS collection and we like just started watching that again just because we wanted to like see it. And we didn't pay too much attention to it. It's definitely a weirdly like disjointed movie where like everything is like a skit. Like there's not really like a consistent plot going on it. But the animation is like very nice. Though it is very weird how it uses like extremely dark colors. Here we go. Let's get a example. This would be an interesting thing to do a video about if I just like talked about all the Rugrats movies. No, I don't think this is a shot from the movie. This is just like a promotional image, but it's like very, very dark color. Like maybe it's a result of the cell animation, which I don't even know if like these movies must have been digital at that point. Especially because Rugrats in Paris has like CG in it that I remember it having. But like, you know, why such dark coloring? It's not like the Rugrats show had coloring like that. It definitely helps make it like look kind of like defined and stuff, but it's weird to me. Like this is a newer episode of the show because Kimmy's there, but like compare that coloring to this, like weird. Anyways, I don't, you know, what a random thing to talk about. It starts off with the Godfather parody. It does, and it's like what? Like why? What kid is gonna get that? I certainly didn't get it, and it always kind of made me like I would watch that part of the movie and literally feel like I'm missing something here because I like what is this? I don't get it. Because even like the title card for the movie like transitions into like a Godfather parody thing, and it's like yeah, okay, that's probably funny for like the like snarky adult film critics who are watching the movie and know about the Godfather, but like no kid is gonna understand that. And look at that, coincidentally, the next thing my random generator gives me is Phil from Rugrats. So, you know what? Let's just do that. I guess I'll say, I do certainly feel like this was, a pretty short stream time today, but I think this will be the last thing I draw, and then we can look at stuff for a little while and probably just end up talking to. I don't even know what Phil looks like, but he's the kid. I was thinking about it recently too. The All Grown Up show for Rugrats. I remember liking that as a kid, even though I only saw like a few episodes of it. I remember enjoying that. But that's one of those things where people like look back on it and they're like, "Oh, that wasn't necessary at all." And it's like, yeah, maybe they're right. But I looked at the theme song of it recently, and I saw that like Phil is in it, and he's like an inventor in that show because his dad's like a toy maker. And I thought that's cute. That's cool. I like that. I never kind of, as a kid watching Rugrats, you don't really ever. Oh, no, he doesn't have hair. We're drawing his younger version. You don't realize any of the like quote adult end quote stuff going on in Rugrats. Like you just like watching the babies go on funny adventures, but the adult characters of Rugrats definitely get a lot of focus, especially in the Rugrats in Paris movie. Like a lot of that movie is about Chucky's dad. Also, drawing him now is making me kind of feel like I drew him already before, but this is very sloppy. Boop, 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 boop. You own that on Game Boy Advance? You mean like the video, like the Game Boy Advance like video thing? I think I have one that has like an episode of Rugrats on it, I think, but I can't remember what episode. I know I had one that I had a Game Boy video thing for a bunch of Kids Next Door episodes. I've definitely watched those episodes like a million times. We had one for the first season of Pokemon, which I think literally had like the first 3 episodes of Pokemon. So like I've seen those a million times. We had a Kids Next Door one. We had a Nickelodeon one of like a handful of Nickelodeon thing. Oh no, yeah, that's what it was. It was All Grown Up. All Grown Up was on the Game Boy Advance. That's what you're talking about. Yeah, we probably had the same exact thing then. It wasn't just Rugrats. And I don't know if I had a SpongeBob one or if there was a SpongeBob episode on the Nickelodeon compilation one I had. But I know Blue Scout has an Ed and Eddie one, or at least one that has Ed and Eddie on it, and I was always kind of jealous of that. Here we go, revealed. We'd also play a very fun game where we would like pause the Game Boy Advance video at like certain points and like make the dialogue sound funny because there's a pause in between. That was good times. This was before you could just download 4K movies on your phone. Times have definitely changed. And goodbye, Evie. Thanks for joining. Unless you left already. You can't hear me say that. I know somebody else made, was it Rebel Taxi? Did Rebel Taxi do a video that was like dedicated to the Game Boy video stuff? So I guess he beat me to that. Also, that gets me thinking, are there ROMs for Game Boy Video? Like, could I play Game Boy Video on a Game Boy emulator? I'm giving Freckles because I don't know. I feel like he should have Freckles. I don't know why I would ever want to do that, but I don't know. I guess that would really show you what the quality is like. I had the Family Guy ones. You can. I had Family Guy ones? Alright, hang on. This is a rabbit hole. That's worth going down. First of all, I want to get a picture of Phil. So that we can compare this. Oh, I'm an idiot. I was thinking of, okay, they all have the same name. Phil is the twin. I drew Dill. I realize this now. Oops. Well. Oh, I like his hair. He has very goofy hair. Here we go. There he is. He's good. Hang on, Game Boy Advanced video. Oh yeah, there's Rebel Taxi's video and somebody Nintendo's video as well. Okay, so they already did that. It's not worth doing. Yo, Dill Pickle. Yeah. Yeah. There's always a point in time where everybody realizes that joke and they're very happy about it. There was a Lilo and Stitch, the series one. Shrek. There were Shrek ones. I do remember there being Shrek ones. Jimmy Neutron. Okay, yeah. So there is just an all grown up one. Then that's definitely what I had. But then I also had just a Nicktoons one with the pizza episode of SpongeBob. There's a lot of these, huh? Super Monkey Team Hyperforce Go has one. Is this the show that I think it is? Is this the one that they just put on Disney Plus? That's like an obscure gem. It is. Huh. Well, that's interesting. I remember like probably a few years ago seeing something like a Twitter post or something with a clip of this show, and I was like, "What the heck is that show? That looks pretty cool." And well, there it is. It just got put on Disney Plus. Here, since we all seemingly like Danganronpa so much, these might be a little hard to see just because we have very bad lighting in my room where I took these. Whoops. There we go. This is supposed to be Mikan, kind of. I think I started drawing just like, I don't know, I just wanted to like draw like a slightly different sort of style than I usually do, but then I ended up drawing the same exact style that I usually do, and then I was like, just make it Mikan from Danganronpa, and so I did. And there, I was gonna I probably still should like trace over this digitally and do colors and stuff, because it looks pretty alright aside from her arms being like, I mean, I don't know, it's like Tim Burton-y, I guess the way that is, but she should have fingers. Then this is zoomed out very far. This is a cool skater lady that I drew the other day, because yesterday specifically I was like trying to do anatomy stuff, because I was realizing that, you know, I mean, looking like at these pictures, kind of, it's like everything I do is very twig-like. I would like them to have like human bodies a little bit. Her legs are like horribly messed up here, so don't look at her legs. But the rest of her is like kind of okay. This was like a very, very fast, sloppy thing that ended up kind of turning pretty okay. And she has a hydro flask because she does. She's also flipping you off, and I censored. Bleh. Bleh is like, that's the title of the drawing. I like this one a lot. I would trace this. I would fix the legs and then probably trace over that one as well. I don't know if I shared these already. This is just some new character I made up. She doesn't have a name. I'm just referring to her as Forehead Girl right now because she has a big shiny forehead. I would like her to be a part of a new comic that I have very vague ideas about. And she has a pet. I think I shared that drawing before, but I drew like an axolotl with vampire teeth before, and I was like, you know what, why not just use that again? That could be like her pet. And here's her failing her savior, Mr. Lemon Demon. I think there's more. No, this is me. This is me in my ideal outfit, with my ideal drink, with my bat hat, my opaque glasses, and my Gur shirt and braley sweatpants. I don't know why I drew this. Face reveal. I guess. It's basically what I look like. I should be wearing that hat right now, actually. I'm kind of cold. And yeah, this puppet, I do like that as well. This was drawn without reference, and I think it looked pretty like good, pretty Muppet like. I also just noticed that I drew the dude on her arm here. That this is some realistic people stuff. You know, it's never my strong suit, but these are like okay. Definitely, I think like the main thing I mess up is getting like head shapes, and I just make everything look like kind of weirdly wide. I'm okay with things being like disproportionate and stuff, but sometimes it's not quite right. Like what's going on with his nose? What direction is he facing? Yeah, and then this is I might have shown this one too. This is just like random alien stuff because watching the new Adventure Time episode has made me really want to draw weird alien stuff. So like a lot of the stuff just is from the Adventure Time episode, but some of this is just stuff that I like thought of in the moment. And then there's some of my unnamed like original creature characters kind of mainly up in this corner. Like this dude. I don't remember drawing that dude. Oh, and this is this guy here. This is a bunny. This is Bunster from the Starfy games, which is a very, very, very obscure Nintendo series. These are so good. Thank you guys for enjoying. 7-Eleven Slurpee pack. Yeah, that's what I was drinking in the other picture. Whoops. Yeah, you know, this is usually what I do. If I get bored enough, I will just fill a page like this. Like I worked as a tutor at school for writing, so I would literally have to sit in a room and wait for anybody who potentially needed help with like a paper to come in. Usually nobody would come in, so I would just sit down and do this. Usually I would also just do homework or do like drawing homework. So I have plenty of pages of stuff like this that I can continue to show in future. Now I have a bunch of tabs open. Let me stop the music, I guess, real quick. We can see if we have stuff to share. Who has stuff to share? Come on up, raise your hands. Raise your hands. Blue Scout has stuff to share. Blue Scout has 3 pages of stuff to share, I'm pretty sure. And Crump had something to share. Well, Crump, did you do something else too? I guess I can keep the music going. I wasn't sure if I was gonna play a video or something. I might need to convert these. You open Discord. I don't even have Discord open. Guy has some stuff as well. Sweet. I'll just try to pull everything up. You guys are going to enjoy Trump's drawings for sure. I don't know what to say. There we go. Here's Guy's stuff here. Drag all of this into here. Find that. Here we go. So this is slightly blurry, but these are a bunch of birds from Blue Scout because they're always drawing birds and they're always great. Some of the I remember back when Regular Show first came out, it was like I always tried my best to like rip off every show ever made. So when I was like 11, when Regular Show first came out, I was drawing up like some characters from a show that like definitely wasn't Regular Show, but it was Regular Show. And the bird character I had for that looked a bit like this. He was a chicken. I like this dude. He's grumpy. I like his Adam's apple. I had to think for a second on what it was called. Yeah, add a bird feeder there. I like this one a lot. This is a very expressive drawing. Too little baby cheap guys ain't this guy scary. Yeah, I like this Mordecai. That's just this is his head on legs. That's great. And then here's some more. These are drawn in a pen or ink of some kind. Very crisp and cool. And an OC, I presume. I like this cowboy. I know everything else is like so much better than this cowboy, but I like that. I like the snake too. I like these, dude. I love your mouths on all these. It's very great. You have there's a very like great way that like you like do pixel art, but you're also like drawing. You know, very much like I don't know, like in TV shows when the characters go into a video game and then it's like they just draw the characters like they were in a video game and not actually doing like super pixel art stuff. Great. And there's a Pac-Man face up here, or a Germa rat, lines, and another birdie, and a blob dude, the blob from the blob, I'm sure. More of the cool TV character. I love that character. A really good Ness. I want a plush that looks just like that. Alien dude again. I'm about to sing a song. Well, you need to continue the rest of that comic there. But that, you know, this is the part where somebody else comes in, hits him with the pillow faster than the speed of sound, and he dies. This is his dump truck. A muscle man, crab demon. Today I will face forward. And there's the bird facing forward, like Phineas when he faces forward. It's creepy. That over there, bird on fire, and dump truck. All right, and these are Gee's. Gee has some awesome pixel art stuff. I assume this is like just a nebula or a galaxy or some type of thing. That muscle man scares me. Well, good. This is very cool. Very cool. I hear my mom yelling at our dog right now, so he's probably running somewhere. Very cool. Very cool. This is very cool too. Lollipop. It just spells it out for me. I like the color on this one a lot. It's like, you know, it's like maybe like 3 colors, but it's very pretty. It like stands out. Like I could see this as like a print on a wall or like a pin or something. Very cool. Then this is Crumps. I know Gee had one more though. I don't know where that is. That might be here. Yeah, there it is. This is Gee's other one. Very like BMO-esque. This one's very cool. This is very cool. Almost continuing Blue Scout's theme of like computer character stuff. I like this one a lot. Big fan of this one. He's sad. He's not alive. That's sad, Gee. You're making me sad. It's very yeah, it's got like Game Boy colors. Some awesome. And now we can juxtapose it with Crumps. Horrifying, annoying orange fan art here. A crabapple. Please leave me alone. Why? What's wrong with Crabapple's eyes? This reminds me. Actually, I was thinking about this the other day. I don't know why, but there's one annoying orange video. I think it was the annoying orange video that was like advertising the fact that that they started a separate channel for the annoying orange. For some reason, the eyes in that video were like bloodshot, and everybody was like, "Oh my god, is he okay? What's going on? Like, is he okay?" He's like, that's what this makes me think of. So the Orange's teeth are I mean, Orange's teeth do kind of look like that, basically. Then we got more. Don't worry, we got one more. What's shaking, old man? Lemon. Like there's something very artsy about this image. I can't put my finger on what it is. Maybe it's the fact that this tooth is curved. Like, how does that happen? How do you get it? How does that happen to your tooth? But I don't know, something that's about this part of the image. Like, if we just zoom in on this, like I could see this like in an art museum. Lemon. And then Grandpa Lemon. What's wrong with his lips though? He gets stung by a bee or something? That's great. That's great. Great stuff. Great stuff. But I believe that's all. We don't have any last minute submissions. Can I just let's like show this right here. Oop, ta-da. Oh wow, look at that. That was I spent like 20 minutes looking at my own art and looking at your guys' art. So I guess good on me for doing that. So I gotta get going in like a hurry. But thank you guys very much for tuning in. Thanks for sharing your awesome stuff like always. I'm sorry for the inconsistency with the streams and stuff, but you know, I'm working on it. I'm working on it, and hopefully, you know, probably still like a month away. But once I have a new room and a new setup and everything, I will be able to do this way more often, and I'll be able to do more videos and everything. But I will probably still be streaming for the rest of the weekend though. So tomorrow and Sunday I will probably do things. Probably one of those days do SpongeBob again, or maybe I'll just keep drawing because I don't know. It seems like I have more fun doing drawing, and you guys like watching the drawings a lot. So we'll see. And be sure to vote on the Choicetron poll if you haven't, to decide what Patreon suggested video I should make for next month. You can watch the video for that because I have no way of putting a link in the chat right now. So you can go on my channel, watch the video of that, or go back up the chat and find the Streamlabs posting a link to it, and give a vote for what topic you'd like to see. And I would like to see that poll get a lot of votes. Right now it has 20, which is very, very awesome, but we could do better. So yeah, thank you. You guys are the best. I hope you have a nice night, and I will, you know what, let's take the effort. Let's take the effort to put in the poll. Let me do that. Do I have the stream open? Here we go. Ta-da. Posted, right? There we go. Check that out and decide the future, sort of. So, nice night, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Very likely.